Two more members of an independent commission that has been criticized for how they redrew district voting maps have resigned. The commission was sued by a number of Detroiters, and the commission now has to redraw some of those district lines. But as 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig shows us, those plaintiffs and some former lawmakers want to make sure that a special master is in the room when that happens.
The plaintiffs who sued the Secretary of State say the way the commission redid the mapping lines squeezed out black voting power, and they want to make sure that does not happen again.
If you read this, it's really damning what happened. Secret meetings, a lack of transparency, using racial quotas, breaking basically the U.S. Constitution. And that's not acceptable.
Former State Rep Sherry Gay Dagnogo and some of the plaintiffs who sued Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson over voting maps drawn in 2021 by the Independent Citizens Redistricting Commission, saying the new districts diluted black voting power in 13 Detroit area districts.
You cannot recreate the land, so the lines have to come back south, because what they did was water us down by moving north.
Black leadership matters, and under our watch, we want to make sure that we are represented with people who look like us, understand our communities, can speak to the voices of our concerns.
In a federal ruling last week, judges sided with the plaintiffs, saying the commission drew the boundaries predominantly on the basis of race, a constitutional violation.
I personally was not surprised by the ruling. I had identified some of the issues raised in the ruling in my dissenting report going back to 2022. The
plaintiffs now plan to ask a judge to appoint a special master to assist or oversee the commission as they redraw the 13 voting districts to ensure Detroiters are properly represented in Lansing.
If you've never seen the process of being in a caucus room, we go to war to lift up the issues for Detroit.
A spokesperson for Secretary Benson said she has a non-voting ministerial role on the commission and does not have a position on its process or procedures.
For me personally, I don't have a strong opinion one way or another. I think we could do it with a master. I think we can do it without a master.
We want to see fairness, partisan fairness. We want to see maps that do not dilute our voices, and we want to make sure that black leadership is understood and matters.
In Detroit, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News.